Things feel like they're shifting recently. Nights have been colder, cozier. We woke up to a breeze in the air today, and it's really starting to feel like autumn. This is my favorite time of year here. Something about it feels so peaceful. The transition from summer to winter. The air feels crisp and fresh, and I just love watching the aspen trees change and the mountains embrace their next season. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori, and my husband and I and our two dogs are currently living full-time in our newly renovated 1970s holiday rambler. I woke up and caught the fall bug today, so this felt like the perfect time to give you guys a mini tour of the camper. It's not quite done. We have a couple of more projects that we're working on, but since we've been living in here full-time and this really does feel like home, I thought this would be the perfect time to show you guys around, and then I'm going to start embracing this new autumn season, and I am so excited. I probably have way too many decorations from last year decorating the apartment to the camper, but I'm excited to go through what I already have, and I'm confident that I won't have to buy anything new this year. I typically kind of split my decorating into like fall and spooky, so I'll probably lean more towards the fall side of things today and then start to put out my spooky things a little bit later on in the season. But first and most importantly, my fall coffee mugs and a pumpkin spice latte. First on the tour is the bedroom. This is a king-size bed. It actually was originally two convertible couches and a dinette, so we've just converted the couches and added a king mattress topper. I went with a thicker one to help minimize the feeling of the ridges from the couch. I think it's 4 inches thick, and then just our bedding. We learned from our second van conversion that we just really are not convertible bed to dinette people. We often would just leave it in bed mode most of the time anyway, so we just went that route since we have so much extra space in here. The dogs like to lay in the bed during the day while we're gone. Bear, you showing everybody your booty? So far it's been incredibly comfortable. We're loving it, and with this one, the king size bed is absolutely necessary. Next up is my cozy kitchen. I just absolutely love the hardware on these cabinets. The hardware is all original. We removed it, cleaned it, and restored it. And when we first bought the camper, the cabinets were painted this very bright teal. And it was not my vibe, but now I feel like it's just so cozy with the little details we put in. It feels very cottagey, and I'm obsessed. After being in vans for so many years, we decided with this space we were going for more of our forever home, something that felt a little bit more comfortable long-term for us as we are stationary now. So we decided to treat ourselves to a full-size fridge, and we went with a Frigidaire. I am so excited about this fridge. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the whole camper. I really wanted to keep that vintage 1970s retro vibe in here that goes with all the original hardware and all of the charm, because this camper is from the 70s. So we decided to go with the cream color like retro fridge, and it's truly perfect. It works so well. We have a freezer and a fridge, and we are truly loving it. Our second splurge item, we decided to treat ourselves to a TV. In the winter months here, it is a lot harder to be outside all the time, so we love watching cozy shows, playing video games together, and just kind of enjoying the slower season. So we got the smallest TV that they even make anymore, is a 24-inch, and we put it on a swivel mount so that we can move it around, watch TV, Josh can play his Xbox, and we've really been loving it. Since we moved into the apartment last year, I love putting ambiance on the TV. It was something that I just really enjoyed in the winter months, to put a beach on the screen or just something cozy in the fall. So I'm really excited to be able to still bring that element into our space. And I'm not much of a TV person myself, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube. There's kind of a partial separation between the kitchen and the living room that I'm sitting in now, which we really like. We added a baby gate, which has been great for the dogs. We do have a husky mix and she is a handful. We actually did have a couch in our van, but this is actually a full-size twin bed, so we can have a guest stay, which is really exciting. I'm hoping that my sister will come visit again this winter season to snowboard with me. It's also really nice because I tend to be more of like a morning routine person. I like to have a little bit more time before work, whereas Josh is more of a get up and go kind of guy. So it's nice to be able to get out of the bed, come into the other room, put on just like a lantern or a candle, and have some peaceful morning moments without really disturbing his sleep. Haley also has been really loving this extra bed. She's not much of a cuddler and Bear takes up the entire bed. So she's been sleeping in here at night and then comes and snuggles up with us in the morning, and that's been really nice for her. And on the other side of the living room, we have my office. I bought this little TV stand thing, so you can just move this around. Oftentimes I'll work from the couch if I'm feeling extra tired, but sometimes I need a little bit more structure, especially now that I'm working remotely on some more projects. I thought it would be a good idea for me to have a desk area. I'm definitely the kind of person that needs to compartmentalize, so this has been really nice for me. And it gives me a good space to keep my laptop and all my gear handy because I'm using them pretty frequently. Coffee just tastes better in the fall. Now that you guys have seen the place, let's get into the fun stuff. I'm going to take a few things down. I think I really don't want it to be cluttered in here, especially when you're living tiny. Having a lot of things out and then just your day-to-day life, it can become kind of chaotic pretty quickly. So I've noticed that keeping the space and the decor pretty minimal allows me not to get so overwhelmed when we've got, you know, shoes laying on the floor, a few dishes in the sink. The more clutter I have around the space on the counters, the faster I feel overwhelmed when things aren't the tidiest. The van is kind of becoming a storage unit for the time being. We've got all of our snowboarding gear and our snowboards in there, and just some things that I'm planning on donating that didn't fit in here. Transitioning back into a smaller space from the apartment, we've definitely accumulated a little bit more stuff. So it's a total disaster zone in there, but for right now I'll pull some of the decorations out. Since I took them all out of the van when we moved into the apartment, I can kind of place some things back in the van that will be the van decorations, and then there'll be some more room for fall stuff in here. I do still travel a lot for work in the van, so we kind of need to get it to a point where it could be livable if I end up needing to go on a trip. So I want to keep that in mind too, and maybe downsize a little bit more. Since we live in the mountains this time of year, it really starts to feel like fall. Hi. I know there's a lot of debate on how early you can decorate for certain things, but when it starts to feel like fall outside, there's just no stopping me. I've accumulated a lot of stuff. A lot of this was thrifted last year. Honestly, I just hit the thrift lottery last fall, and if you want to know exactly what I thrifted out of here, I will link that video here for you. But I kind of have to decide what I want to hang up, and I think to make it a little bit more fun, I'll decorate for fall now, and then I can redecorate for spooky season in about a month.
I can be a man, be big and tough for you, darling. That won't be enough. I would learn to move mountains, not learn to part the sea. Whatever you want, whatever you need, you're the light in the tunnel when I'm feeling gray. You're the sun peeking through on that cold winter day. And if I could change a thing, you know, nothing would be changed. 'Cause I love you so, and I'm glad you came. stepped into my life at such a dark time when I couldn't make a move and I couldn't make a rhyme.
After all my decorating today, I ran to the store for a bottle of wine, and Bear decided to do a little bit of redecorating for me. So yeah, glad we picked up the wine, and I'll see you in the next one.